Office. Ms Reinhardt, would you like to make an opening statement?
No, thank you, Chair.
Okay. Senator Patterson.
Thank you, Chair. Ms Reinhardt, thank you. I have a couple of questions for you. Firstly, on the well-traversed issue in this committee about average staffing levels of the public service. And I want to refer to a question notice that you provided to me, which is PBO 110 or Quan 110. In that, you provided a breakdown of the implied reduction in ASL levels in the budget. You said in order to meet the budget forecast, the government would need to reduce ASL by 22,500, which included 16,300 in the 26-27 financial year, 4,400 in the 27-28 year and 1,800 in the 28-29 year. How did you calculate that breakdown, in particular between the financial years?
I might ask Mr Con to go into the detail of that.
Thank you.
If that's okay.
Yes, thank you. Lewis Conn, Assistant Parliamentary Budget Officer. So what we do, as you know, Senator, the ASL estimates published in the budget only include estimates up to 25-26.
Yep.
And that's that number you see there, 213,300, consistent in the budget papers. Mm-hmm. What we do then is that we look at the forecast wages and salaries information for the public service. We do make some adjustments because this ASL figure excludes military personnel, so we make adjustments for the wages and salaries for there. And then we also make adjustments for expected wage increases using wage cost index data. And then through those calculations, we then sort of derive a number of what the ASL will be. So in a sense, you've got the wages and salaries, you've got in a sense, sort of an average cost per person. We make the assumption that the distribution's the same, and then just do the straightforward calculations of what the estimates will be each time. Noting there the estimates at budget, there are things like terminating measures, etc. So as we've provided an analysis previously, that they often get revised up in subsequent budget estimates.
Yes, so there's really only two options here. Either the government proceeds with reducing the ASL by those numbers as you've set out, or they increase spending to pay for those people so they are not let go. Is that fair?
Generally, as I said, we've made assumptions about the sort of same distribution. Of course, it's up to individual secretaries about how they allocate the funding and the distribution of senior staff versus junior staff, etc. There's a whole range of things happening, but yeah, that's generally the mechanics from the budget.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could slash their wages. That would be the other option.
Conceptually, it's just a simple for the wages and salaries bills.
So it's really only three options for the government: fire 16,000 people, significantly reduce government spending, or significantly cut wages.
So there is supplier costs as well as in departments as well. So like I said, they can control a range of levers, but
to the tune of 16,000 people.
I can't comment on.
Well, what's the quantum of money? What's the kind of expressed in dollar terms for the 16,000 this financial year? Next financial year.
Yes, so in terms of, to maintain that sort of staffing level, that there would need to be additional funds for wages and salaries. Senator, I don't have that information.
Okay, you take that on notice.
Yep.
Obviously, the government's published MYEO in December. Have you revised your estimates in light of the MYEO numbers?
So we revised our estimates. We are required under our legislation to adopt the government's estimates over the forward estimates for revenue and expenses, and in fact UCB, all the fiscal parameters over the forward estimates. So in that sense, we've revised them, yes.
Right. So do you have an updated figure for me?
Sorry, for the ASL?
Yes.
So, no, we don't have an updated figure for an updated costing. So we do that costing as a specific request. And as Mr Con outlined, there's a lot of detail in that analysis that goes to that number. So, no, we have not been requested or done a new estimate of that. We do have a tool called Build Your Own Budget, which is, I think, very useful, and a lot of members and advisors use that tool. it provides an estimate of what ASL changes might be at the moment. I would caution with that, though, it's an educational tool, it's a useful tool,
Yeah.
but because at MYEO only part of, there's only updates of certain numbers. There is an update to wage and salary bill. There's not an update to the ASL. That's still the 213 from the previous budget number. So I'd caution a little bit. That's not equivalent to the costing that we have.
Sure. I mean, I can put in a costing request. I know Senator Hume has in the past, but I'm pretty sure you provided these numbers for me in response to a quan. It wasn't a costing request, so
Yeah,
you must
so-
have done some work.
So that quan numbers is what we provided, I think, in the ECR.
Yeah, so that's the
Yeah.
breakdown of the
Right.
and it was
Yeah.
back in October pre-MYEO.
So if I want to get a MYEO updated figure, I should put in a costing request?
Yeah, you should put in a costing request
Okay,
and we'll see
thank you.
what's available. Yeah.
Because the financial reviews reported that the figure is now 28,000 rather than 22,500 as a result of my MYEO. Does that sound right to you?
So that sounds consistent with our Build Your Own Budget tool, which,
Right.
as I said, has some limitations, is not equivalent to the costing done in the ECR.
Okay. All right.